Good morning. In the last class, in the last two classes, we saw about the how to create fragments either statically or dynamically at runtime. Okay. Now in this class, let us see about how two fragments can communicate together. For example, you can see the one sample application here. So there is a one fragment 1 in the blue color and there is a one more fragment 2. Now in the fragment 1 I am entering some value, for example VAT University. Once you enter some value you can send. So now this message is coming to the second screen. That means indirectly these two fragments are communicating together. Okay. Now let us see how we can do this application. Okay. So before going to the coding, let us see the idea behind this. So this is one of the example you can better understand from this. So here, observe here, there are total 4 files. The one is fragment A, then fragment B, and main activity, and one more interface. There are 4 files are available here. Okay. So please remember here, interface is not the part of fragment B. This is one more another file. Okay. Now our goal here is we need to provide the communication between two fragments. Let us call them fragment A and fragment B. So to provide the communication between two fragments, it is not possible to provide the communication directly. The communication should go via its main activity. Okay. So for this, what we have to do is, first of all, the first step we need to do is we need to create one interface. We need to create one interface. Let us call here, I am calling the interface name as communicator, and it is having the one method. The method name is respond. It will take the data from the fragment A and transfer this data to fragment B. Now you know that the interface means just it have the abstract methods without it implementation. Now who will implement this method? Who will implement this method? So this method should be implements by the main activity. So in the main activity we are writing that the extra coding is implements this communicator interface, and I am writing the coding for this respond function. So what is the coding for the respond function? So in the respond function I am writing, so whatever the data it will receive as the data. So this data I am receiving here. So now this data I am passing to the fragment B method. So in the fragment B, let us assume that there is a method called as change data. So indirectly I am calling fragment 2 dot change data of this data. So this provides communication between main activity to fragment B. But actually how the data came from fragment A to main activity? That is actually the respond object. Now come here. So in the fragment A, what we have to do? In the fragment A, I am creating the object for the communicator interface. I am creating the object for the communicator interface. Then once I click on the button, for example, I am writing the on click method. Once you click on the button, I am calling the method of this interface. What is the method of this interface? Called as response. So this object comm dot respond of some value I am passing. So indirectly I am passing the string from fragment A to main activity respond. This button was clicked, message was came here. From here change data, the same data I am passing from here to fragment B. So the communication is going from fragment A to main activity to fragment B via an interface. So for this we need to do the one more step. We need to write the on attach method. This is for to recognize the communicator interface. Okay, just type on A, you can control space, automatically this method will be written. Okay, so now you can understand. Let us do the same example in the Eclipse. Here I already done the application. Let us see the explanation so that you can understand. So as we know that we want the three files. One is main.xml file, and here I am taking fragment A as source and fragment B as destination and main activity as activity main.xml. Okay, similarly there are three corresponding Java files: main activity.java, fragment source.java, fragment destination.java. Okay, first of all, what the fragment source contains. You can observe here the fragment source contains one edit text, one button. The edit text is for to receive the data, and the button is for once you click on the button I want to execute the function. Okay, this is the coding for this one, and also you can observe its layout also. So one text field, one send button, one text field, one send button. This is the layout for first fragment source.xml. Similarly, fragment destination.xml. So what is the fragment destination.xml contains? It contains just a text field, so its sample output is just, you can observe here, just fragment 2. Okay, this is the initial output. And now what is the activity main.xml contains? So the activity main.xml contains two fragments, first fragment and second fragment, two fragments. Now what is the first fragment name? Here I am observe that here I am placing the orientation as vertical. And the layout as linear layout. Okay, now what is the first fragment? The first fragment is, this is the package. Now what is its corresponding Java file? The corresponding Java file is fragment_source. The corresponding Java file for the fragment 2 is fragment_t. Okay, so now you got the idea about the three layout files. Now let us see its corresponding Java files. First, coming to the source file. So in the source file, just now I told that we need to create one, first of all we need to create one interface. So here you can create interface external to all three Java files, similar to which I was shown here. For example, here this is the interface separately created as one external file in addition to these three Java files, or you can also create the interface within fragment A. Okay, both are correct. Here I am creating the interface within the fragment source. So this is the interface. Within the interface name is example, the method name is send data. Okay, now then I am writing the on attach method. So this is the method you should write. Okay, this means on attach of fragment to the screen, automatically this example class will be recognized. This example interface will be recognized. Okay, for this you need to write this code. Okay, now you need to call the send data method. When you need to call the send data method, once you click on the on click, so here actually once you click on the button you want to execute. So for that what I am taking is I am getting the reference for edit text as well as button. Then I am getting the value, whatever the value you entered in the text field. Then followed by I am calling the method as example.send_data of 10. Okay, send data method. So I am calling from here. Now who will receive this method data? By the main activity. Let us see the main activity code. This is the main activity code. In this main activity, observe here implements. This is the source fragment dot example interface, because I am writing the example interface within the source fragment. That's why this syntax I am writing. So source fragment dot example interface. Here I am writing the send data method. This is the send data method. So in the send data method, what we are going to do, we are going to call the fragment destination, that is fragment 2. While calling destination, I am calling the method called as receive data. So who will receive the data in the fragmenting? Okay, so this is the method you need to extra write, and this is the coding you need to implement. Now in the destination file, what is there in the destination file? In the destination file, I need to write the method called as receive data. In the receive data, what is the goal? We need to update the text field. We need to update the text view, that is label. So I am getting the reference for text view. So the text view, and followed by the receive data. So after receiving this data, I am setting it as welcome plus whatever the value I am writing. So set visibility of view dot visible. It is not required. So by default it is visible. Okay. So once you run it, you will get the output similar to like this. Okay. So whatever the value you will type, for example, I am typing here as Nagaraj. You can observe here welcome Nagaraj. Okay, thank you.